Man, I thought my tier lists were bad, and then I had a look after a very long time at the most recent pre-Dwen tier list, and my IQ dropped about 10 points. See, Acheron with Kafka here, Silver Wolf above Judge. Okay, that's not the main topic of the video though. I just wanted to quickly mention Silver Wolf because although this tier list is completely retarded, it makes no sense. It's worse than my average tier list, and that says a lot. Silver Wolf got buffed quite a bit. I'm very happy about her performance, and she ended up being in a spot that if you have a Silver Wolf that is collecting dust and you're unsure what to do with your teams, like should you get Jiao, should you get Cypher, you can save Jades and just go back using your Silver Wolf, maybe building her a little bit better because she has improved a lot. If nothing else in her kit changed, and the only difference was, her ultimate now hits everything on screen, she would already be very, very good. But in addition to that, there are some other minor changes that benefited her a lot. So, thumbs up for Silver Wolf. I do not rank her above Jiao Chu in any game mode outside maybe Apocalyptic Shadow. Where is she in Apocalyptic Shadow? Yeah, okay. Here I can take Silver Wolf being at the top just because now it's very easy to manage her debuff ability and it's very important in Apocalyptic Shadow. Here she should be S. Okay, yeah, here it's very close to the bottom. Memory of Chaos I will still consider Jiao Chu to be a little bit better, but if you have been a little bit on the fence on regarding Jiao Chu because you don't like the dude, you already have a Silver Wolf or you like Silver Wolf more, then the buffs definitely help her a lot. But the main point of the video is Kafka. What happened with Kafka's buff? Is she better now? Has she improved? Is DoT saved? Well, let's go have a look, shall we? Now, we are on cycle 0 because of course I used the Castorice in the first half and she one-shot the Universe in a team with Arlan, a new meta by the way. Maybe I will clip the run at the end. This run we can do it completely on autoplay because everything is AoE, so we're pretty safe. There is a chance Huo will target the wrong characters with her first skill, but it doesn't matter that much. We don't worry about it. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Now, the main buffs, two of the most relevant buffs for Kafka are the follow-up attack, she now has more, and the fact that it's easier and more accessible for her to trigger all the procs on the enemies. By the way, 1.4 million or thereabouts is much higher than what I have ever seen from Kafka. So has she improved? Yes, without a doubt. Are we entering a golden age of DoT? Is DoT meta? It doesn't seem like it to me. And you're going to see it from the clear that is going to appear on screen as I'm talking nonsense. This dude, Hulei, is designed specifically for facial, but he was also designed with DoT in mind because he has very high speed and he action forwards himself, he acts very often, and every time he does that, he gets hit by the DoT. So in theory, it should be a very solid fight for Kafka and DoT friend, even though he's not weak to lightning. The issue with this fight, this period in time, is that DoT is still S. Right? Unless there is, you know, the very specific special event modifier that, DoT damage plus 200% damage, and it triggers every time that you press the key L on your keyboard. Then, okay, then DoT is nice. In general, I have a multitude of teams who can zero cycle this dude without any issue. And with Kafka and friends, we are not going past the first half, the first phase during the zero cycle. So that already sucks. Now you may be arguing, but Sir Grinder, you should be using what's her name? Over Mommy, Black Swan. True, Overmommy is very good with Kafka, but my Kafka is Eidolon 4, and she has a very good build. I'm not sure what the situation is now, but for almost 1 year my Kafka was the number 1 on Silly Land. I've not farmed her relics since forever, so I'm sure she's no longer number 1, but her build is crazy good. Let me see if I can show the... if I can stop autoplay just for a moment and show her stats in combat. There we go. In combat she has around 5.5k damage, 5.5k attack, close to 160 speed, and she has all these buffs. She hits like a truck, so her DoT hits like a truck, and she has Eidolons, so you know she's supposed to be extremely good, but she's extremely cope mode. Even with the buffs. Is she better than before? Absolutely. There is no comparison. But DoT is still very, very far from being decent. And I know what you're thinking, because what you're thinking is very likely what I was thinking as well. Hysilians. When she gets released, DoT will shine once again. I've seen the Hysilians showcases. I've seen one with just Kafka as the support damage enabler, with the triple DoT, and a support without a healer. And I believe the only showcase where I've seen a zero cycle in the Memory of Chaos stage that is going to match the release of the Hysilians is Hysilians, Kafka, Black Swan, Robin, no sustain. And you know, usually, when a new damage dealer is released, Memory of Chaos, zero cycle, at Eidolon 0 with whatever Lightcon and 3 semi-random teammates. Now, I may be exaggerating that a little bit for comedy purpose, but I have not seen any sustain zero cycle from Hysilians and Kafka team at Eidolon 0, and it's appalling. Like, you have new limited character, her best teammate activator, who is a limited character that got buffed, a sustain, and either a buffer or a third DoT character, and it cannot zero cycle the Memory of Chaos cycle at its release. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. You can see these are her stats outside of combat. She is extremely solid. Very, very, very good build. Best in slot relics everywhere. Eidolon 4. Now, I'm not expecting her, even after the buffs, to perform as well as Acheron or Castorice or the new Paimon dude, because those are newer characters. Like, I believe there is 1 year of distance between Kafka and Acheron, 2 years between Kafka and Castorice is absolutely insane. And so I'm not expecting her teams to perform as well as Castorice's team. No, not at all. But the gap went from it doesn't even feel like we're playing the same game to yeah, it's better, but why would I do it? Like, at the moment, the future of DoT looks absolutely doomed to be an afterthought from Mihoyo. And I do not understand why. Because Honkai Star Rail, like most gacha games, not all, but most gacha games, is a single player, non-competitive gacha game. And the performance of a character that you have that was released 2 years ago, if he gets buffed, it makes no difference for any other player in the world. It makes no difference for the balance of the game. It makes no difference for anything. It just makes you happier if a character that you have gets buffed or gets a new weapon that makes him even stronger or anything like that. And Mihoyo did fine with the Silver Wolf, I guess because she's not a damage dealer. Yeah, people in the beginning were coping, oh, if you get Eidolon 6 Silver Wolf, she deals a bit more damage than Eidolon 0 Silly, like, fuck off. Obviously. Probably because she's not a damage dealer. Like, her damage is just, you know, a back part of her kit. Her buffs were very significant. Very, very significant. To a point that I feel very little difference in my Acheron teams between her and my Eidolon Chujiaochu. Ugh. Kafka really got shafted. DoT got shafted. Why cannot they balance it in a way that one-shots the universe? Like, you get Castorice teams on autoplay regardless of the fourth character, as long as you have Castorice, 3B, and Hyachin, and even Hyachin is replaceable. The fourth character doesn't matter. You're going to zero cycle the current Memory of Chaos, and not just the current one, but the previous ones. And why can't we have a DoT that when it detonates, it deals 1 million damage? Why, Mihoyo? What difference would it make for you? Are you worried about the people who do those tournaments with, oh, my 2-cost unit, your 0-cost unit? Are you worried about that? Mihoyo, really? It's your game, do what you want. Make DoT characters insanely good, so it will feel better to play them. I mean, you know, I want to show you what I'm talking about. Where is? There you go. Let's replace him with Arlan. There. Arlan meta. My Arlan is, I think, level 60. Probably doesn't have any relics on him. I doubt he has a light con on him. So, as we see this true cycle, and I could bet my house that this is going to be a 0 cycle. You can write it in the comments, Sir Grandelot, I think you're not going to 0 cycle. I'm willing to bet my house. Then you're going to have to scan your property deed, and you send it to my email, and then I become your landlord, and you need to pay rent to me. But I will set it at 0, because I'm a generous god. But this is going to be a 0 cycle. I could bet anything on it. Anything. And I'm not sure what's happening behind the scenes with Mihoyo and DoT. I was hypothesized, guessing is an easier word. I was guessing on Discord the other day that probably someone in the Mihoyo's team behind those Honkai Star Rail character development used to play World of Warcraft or DoT or Aeon or any of those other MMOs with DoT. DoT characters in them, and he was getting blasted day by day. Every time he faced a warlock or a kabbalist or whatever, and you know, any DoT damage, he was getting his ass kicked. And so he made his purpose in life to become a game designer and create a game where DoT is absolute garbage and it's unusable. And he was hired by Mihoyo, maybe because the Way suffered the same fate in World of Warcraft, and now we cannot have nice things with damage over time in Honkai Star Rail. I cannot explain it. I honestly cannot explain it. Like, new random damage dealer on autoplay, 3 million damage. DoT characters, well, you use your skill, you deal 250,000 damage, maybe if you set up everything properly. Then if you're against 5 enemies over the course of 25 actions, you are going... It's unfathomable. By the way, I would like to point out 0 cycle with Arlan in the team, so I really hope that they are going to your scanner to scan and send me a PDF of the deed of your house. And I don't know what we're doing. Today is the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day if you are in the Independence Day country. Maybe, with the version 1 of Hyachin, all her multipliers are going to be increased by 250%. Her base stats plus 50%. Her skill gets reworked, and when it hits, you know, like on the initial application, 1 million damage. And it's like, oh, DoT meta, let's go. As of today, Hyachin is laughable. No, we don't check leaks here, Mihoyo. Don't worry. You don't need to send out your lawyers at me. But I have checked everything about her beta. Every video, every spreadsheet, everything. She's so bad that if she's released as she is right now, she's going to feel okay, just okay, in the content designed around her release patch. After that, there is a GIF that I will try to share later. I will put it on screen regarding the status of DoT meta. Hopefully, I will find it again and I will share it. And you will completely understand what I'm talking about, because it was a meme that I saw shared before the beta even started. But now that I'm seeing the beta, her numbers, the performance of her team, that clip is the absolute truth. It's going to be exactly what happens unless Resilience base kit at Eidolon 0 gets massive buffs. Massive. Every single version of the beta. And ideally, some of our early Eidolons get buffed as well. If those two things combine, then maybe DoT becomes playable. And then we will have to worry about, what kind of DoT though? Is it going to be double DoT, support, sustain, triple DoT, sustain? Is it going to be some cringe sustainless team that you have to retry every time that one of your characters gets unlucky and gets one shot? You know, even if she was buffed significantly, there is still a grey cloud hovering on the DoT world and family. As of right now, oh my god, Resilience. And Resilience and Kafka. Oh, hello, Fushuan. I have not seen you in a while here on the hovering train of destiny. But yeah, so those are my thoughts regarding Kafka and in general regarding DoT. It's very bad. There are good things in life, there are bad things in life, and DoT experience in Honkai Star Rail, 7 years into the game, I'm not sure, I may be off a little bit, you can definitely pack it into the bad container of things in life. Man, what an unfun experience it has been so far, and it looks like it's going to be for the foreseeable future. And again, I'm repeating myself, and I'm sorry, but there is no balance reason for which new random damage dealer, crit damage dealer, the same kind of damage dealer that has been in the game for years, since day one, gets released no matter what, 1 million damage, and then DoT deals no damage with the excuse of, well, the DoT are applied, so the fact that it triggers multiple times on the enemy over the course of time balances things out. No. That made sense in PvP games, because if you nuke an enemy, your enemy has 2000 HP, you nuke him for 1000 HP, he's at half hit points, meaning that you nuke him again, he's dead. If your damage over time does 500 damage per tick over 4 seconds, and it ticks every second, it means the DoT is capable of killing the character right away, but it takes 4 seconds. And you know, that one usually, historically, traditionally, was the balance, the trade-off between direct damage and DoT. Direct damage, you know how many hits it's going to take to kill the enemy. It can take 2, can take 3, sometimes it can take 1 hit, casting time, all sorts of stuff, but that's it. DoT traditionally has been dealing way more damage, but over the course of time, to balance things out. In a turn-based game, the time doesn't exist, and turns can be cheated. You need to have damage over time be comparable to direct damage. In a short amount of cycle. Not that, this damage over time is going to deal 1/10 of the damage of a random new damage dealer, but if you trigger it and you action for... No, Mihoyo. Mihoyo has completely botched the damage over time in Honkai Star Rail so far. Hopefully it will get better, because it's a mechanic that I like, in theory, not in Honkai Star Rail. In Honkai Star Rail, if Resilience is botched as well, then I will just completely give up on DoT in Honkai Star Rail. I will just stick to Kafka, my Eidolon Chujo Chu, Run Mei, Random Sustain, usually Huo when I really feel like using it. It will take me 5 cycle instead of 0 cycle Castorice Arlan. You know, I like Kafka, I'm happy to play her, but do something, Mihoyo, do something. You are the developer, you can do what you want, come on. Don't leave us in the shadow. Bye guys, take care.